For me, every transformation begins with accepting that something needs to change. This isn't always easy. Admitting that you have room to grow takes courage. I remember times in my life when nothing seemed to go right. I failed university entrance exams, got rejected from dozens of jobs, and even struggled to find my place in society. Each of these setbacks forced me to look inward and ask, who do I want to become? Realizing that change starts from within was the turning point for me. This acceptance became the foundation of everything I've achieved since. Change isn't about waiting for the perfect time. It's about acting right now. Many people wait for the right moment to take action, hoping that life will offer them a sign. But as I always say, if not now, when? If not me, who? Transformation starts when you take responsibility for your growth without waiting for circumstances to change. If you want to achieve great things, you have to commit to becoming the person who can make them happen. That's how you build a strong foundation for personal and professional growth. There's an incredible freedom that comes from embracing change. When I founded Alibaba, I didn't know what the future would look like. All I knew was that we needed to adapt constantly if we wanted to survive. My early experiences taught me that change isn't something to fear, but something to welcome. It's through change that you grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of reaching your goals. The journey may feel challenging, but with each step, you're transforming into a better version of yourself. By accepting change, you open yourself up to endless possibilities. Instead of resisting challenges, you start to see them as opportunities to learn and grow. The process of transformation isn't a single leap, but a series of small, courageous steps that take you closer to your vision. For anyone hesitant to start, remember, the most powerful thing you can do is take that first step toward becoming the person you want to be. So let change be your starting point. Open your mind, set aside your fears, and commit to this journey. The only limit to what you can achieve is your willingness to adapt and grow. Once you take that first step, you'll see that the path to success is clearer than you imagined. Self-awareness is the first step to meaningful change. Before you can improve, you need to understand who you are right now. This process isn't easy. It requires you to take a deep look at yourself, your habits, and even your weaknesses. But without this clarity, you can't make real progress. When I was starting out, I had to admit my own limitations and accept that I had a lot to learn. Self-awareness became my compass, guiding every decision I made along the way. Understanding yourself is like finding a map that shows where you need to go. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses helps you focus on what truly matters. Many people ignore this step, but without it, you risk following a path that isn't aligned with your goals. In those early years, I learned to observe my thoughts and actions carefully, recognizing the areas I needed to improve. This reflection taught me that self-awareness is a powerful tool for building a successful future. With self-awareness, you stop comparing yourself to others and start competing only with yourself. It gives you the clarity to see your unique path, free from the distractions of other people's expectations. At Alibaba, I learned that my role wasn't to be a perfect CEO, but to be the best version of myself. Self-awareness allowed me to focus on my strengths and surround myself with people who complemented my weaknesses. Together, we grew because we understood our roles and worked to improve every day. This understanding also gives you resilience. When you know yourself, you're less likely to be swayed by doubts or challenges. You gain a sense of purpose that keeps you grounded, even in tough times. Self-awareness helped me stay focused on Alibaba's vision, even when the journey got difficult. It kept me on track, reminding me of why I started and what I was working toward. So make time to understand yourself. Observe your thoughts, acknowledge your emotions, and be honest about who you are. This self-awareness will guide you through every challenge and help you make decisions that align with your true purpose. Transformation begins here, with a clear understanding of who you are and who you want to become. Real transformation is not a sprint, it's a marathon. When I began building Alibaba, I didn't realize just how long the journey would be. And looking back, I see that patience was the greatest lesson. True change is a slow and steady process, and trying to rush it can lead to disappointment. Many people give up because they're expecting quick results, but great things take time. Every small improvement you make matters, even if it doesn't feel significant in the moment. One of the hardest things to accept is that progress doesn't always happen in a straight line. Some days you'll move forward, and other days it will feel like you're moving back. But each step, no matter how small, is essential. When I look at the growth of Alibaba, it wasn't built on one single leap. It was built on 1,000 small steps, each moving us closer to the vision. Every mistake and every struggle helped us grow stronger and learn something we needed to know. You see, transformation isn't only about reaching a goal, but about evolving through the journey. If you expect immediate results, you'll miss out on the lessons that come only through perseverance. Think of growth as climbing a mountain, with each step demanding patience, resilience, and faith in yourself. The view from the top is breathtaking, but getting there is what really builds your character. In my life, I learned to respect the natural pace of growth, understanding that setbacks were simply part of the process. Rushing doesn't make you stronger, it often leads to burnout. The real progress happens when you let yourself move forward without pushing too hard, allowing yourself to grow at a steady, consistent pace. Trusting in this pace is key to achieving lasting change. So, embrace the natural rhythm of your journey. Every small effort, every challenge, every pause contributes to your growth. Each of these moments is valuable and brings you closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. Allow the journey to unfold, and you'll find that the path itself is filled with rewards. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. If you want to keep evolving, you have to constantly seek out activities that expand your mind and test your abilities. I believe that learning is one of the most valuable activities anyone can pursue, no matter how old they are. Read, explore, take courses, connect with new people. These actions keep your mind open and ready for new ideas. They are fuel for your personal growth. I've always been a strong believer in lifelong learning. In the early days of Alibaba, I was constantly learning not only about technology and business, but also about people and the world around me. Every new book I read, every conversation with someone from a different background broadened my perspective and helped me see opportunities in places others couldn't. This habit of engaging with new ideas was fundamental in building Alibaba into what it is today. When you challenge yourself with new experiences, you see the world in a different way. These experiences give you fresh insights and a new understanding of what's possible. I tell people, don't let your skills or knowledge become stagnant. If you stop learning, you stop growing. The more you push yourself to expand, the more opportunities you'll find and the stronger you'll become. Engaging in challenging activities is not just about gaining skills. It's about developing resilience and adaptability. Every time you step into the unknown, you grow a little more resilient, a little more prepared for the unexpected. This mindset will carry you forward, even in the toughest situations, because you've built a foundation that can withstand change. Remember, growth is a journey of expanding horizons. Keep challenging yourself, keep learning, and you'll find that each new experience adds to the strength and wisdom you carry within you. This is where real transformation happens, not in comfort, but in challenge. Success is built on self-discipline. When I started Alibaba, we had no resources, no experience, and many people doubted we could succeed. But what we did have was the discipline to pursue our goals consistently, no matter the obstacles. Self-discipline is what turns dreams into reality. And without it, even the best intentions fall apart. Every day, commit to doing something that takes you closer to your vision. Building discipline means transforming your goals into daily routines. The magic of success lies in the habits you create and stick to over time. If you can turn your goals into small, achievable actions every day, you'll make progress without even realizing it. When I began working, I dedicated myself to routines that aligned with my goals. And even when results were slow, I kept going. This consistency is the backbone of success. For me, self-discipline is not just about willpower. It's about clarity. You have to be clear on what you want and then make the decision to focus on that every single day. This clarity will guide your actions and keep you from getting distracted. It's easy to get pulled in 100 directions, but when you know what you're working toward, your path becomes clear. Success isn't about giant leaps. It's about steady, consistent steps. Every disciplined action builds on the last, creating a foundation that will support you in the long run. Don't worry if the progress seems slow. As long as you're moving forward, you're getting closer to your goal. This is why I always emphasize the power of self-discipline. It's the engine that drives transformation. So embrace discipline in your daily life. Make a commitment to your goals, and let that commitment shape your actions. When you build this foundation, nothing can shake it, and you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish over time. A clear vision is what keeps you moving forward, even on the hardest days. When I founded Alibaba, my vision was not just about creating a successful company. It was about building something that would empower small businesses across China and eventually around the world. This vision kept me focused through every challenge, and it's what continues to drive me today. Your vision should be big, something that makes you excited to get up every morning. A compelling vision aligns every part of your life, giving you a sense of direction that goes beyond day-to-day tasks. It's not just about what you want to do, but who you want to become in the process. When you have that clarity, it's easier to make decisions and to stay focused. I always tell people that vision is not just a goal. It's a guiding star that helps you stay on track no matter what challenges arise. With a powerful vision, every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Even failures don't seem so daunting because you know that each one is part of a bigger journey. For me, knowing the impact I wanted to create made it easier to face criticism and setbacks. It gave me the strength to keep pushing forward when others said it couldn't be done. Your vision should inspire you, but it should also give you the resilience to persevere. Your vision has to be clear, but it also has to be compelling enough to keep you motivated. If you don't feel a strong connection to your goals, you'll lose interest. A true vision excites and challenges you. It's not just about personal success, but about making a difference, something that leaves a lasting impact. When you work towards a vision that inspires you, it gives every action a purpose. Let your vision guide you, and it will become the most powerful tool you have. Every step you take should bring you closer to this vision, no matter how small. This clarity and commitment are what will keep you on the path to success, even when the journey gets tough. Big dreams are built from small steps. So often, people set high goals but get discouraged when results don't come immediately. But I believe in breaking down big dreams into smaller, achievable goals that you can work on daily. When we started Alibaba, we had a massive vision, but I knew we wouldn't reach it overnight. We took it one step at a time. Each small goal achieved became a foundation for the next. This gradual approach is what kept us moving forward and steadily growing. Setting realistic goals helps keep focus and prevents overwhelm. When goals feel too far out of reach, it's easy to feel stuck, but breaking them down brings each step into focus. Daily, achievable goals create momentum, motivating you as you see progress bit by bit. I used to remind my team to take each day as it comes, knowing that all those small, consistent efforts would add up in time. Realistic goals don't mean thinking small. They mean being practical. Every small victory you achieve fuels your motivation, bringing you closer to your ultimate vision. This gradual progress builds confidence and keeps you on the path, even when the road seems long. Remember, progress is progress, no matter the pace. Setting these goals also allows room for adjustment. Many times, we had to adapt as we encountered new challenges and discovered new opportunities. Flexibility is essential because the path is rarely as clear as we imagine. But as long as you're moving forward, you're on the right track. Every goal met, no matter how small, is a victory worth celebrating. So approach your big dreams one step at a time. Set goals that push you yet remain within reach. Let each step remind you of how far you've come and how much more you can achieve. With realistic goals, you'll continue growing until one day you realize you've reached what once seemed impossible. Success is a journey and every step matters. Too often we're focused only on reaching the end, forgetting to value the small wins along the way. But each milestone, no matter how minor, represents a part of your growth. At Alibaba, we celebrated each small victory, even when it was just one new client, one completed project, or 1 month with improved performance. These moments remind us why we're on this journey and keep our energy high. Celebrating each step allows us to value the process itself, not just the destination. When you look at every win as a part of your growth, you realize how far you've come. For me, it was essential to recognize our progress because it kept us motivated. The road was often rough, and remembering these wins kept us hopeful and committed to the vision. It's easy to overlook minor achievements, but each is proof that you're moving in the right direction. When we started, I knew it would be a long journey. So, every time we achieved something, it was a reminder that our hard work was paying off and that we were building something meaningful. It's these little steps that build resilience and confidence. Celebrating milestones also strengthens your sense of purpose. It gives you and your team a reason to keep pushing forward. It's not about resting on your successes, but recognizing them as stepping stones. At Alibaba, every achievement, big or small, was a moment to acknowledge our growth and prepare for the next challenge. So take time to celebrate each part of your journey. Each milestone reflects your progress and dedication, reminding you that the journey itself is filled with success. In valuing every step, you're preparing yourself to go even further. Fear is part of every journey. In fact, the more ambitious the goal, the greater the fears you'll face along the way. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. I've felt them all. But what I've learned is that every fear is actually an opportunity in disguise. When I faced countless rejections early in my career, each one challenged me to get stronger, to keep moving forward. Overcoming these fears wasn't easy, but each time I discovered a new level of courage. Fear is like a teacher that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. The key is to see fear not as a wall, but as a sign pointing to areas where you can grow. I remember the anxiety of starting Alibaba, knowing that there was no guarantee of success. But each step we took beyond that fear led to growth and strength that I would never have achieved otherwise. Embracing fear became a powerful tool in our journey. Courage doesn't come from avoiding fear, it comes from facing it. Every time you take a step through fear, you become a little stronger and more resilient. This is what gives you the confidence to keep pushing, even when the path is uncertain. Fear challenges you to stretch beyond your limits and become something greater than you were before. In my experience, every big accomplishment was once a big fear. It's about accepting that fear is a part of growth and understanding that what scares you today will make you stronger tomorrow. By facing these fears, you transform them into steps toward your goals, giving you a newfound strength and a deeper understanding of yourself. So when fear arises, see it for what it is, an opportunity to grow. Let fear guide you toward challenges that will bring out the best in you, showing you strengths you didn't know you had. Every fear you face is another step forward. Resilience is the foundation of any great transformation. When I look back on my journey, I realize it wasn't intelligence or connections that got me through, but resilience. Building Alibaba was full of challenges, and resilience became our most valuable asset. Every setback, every no from investors, every criticism pushed us to adapt, to get up and try again. Transformation doesn't come without resilience. Resilience is built one challenge at a time. Every time you get knocked down, you have a choice. Give up or get back up. Each time you choose to rise, you get a little stronger. It's not easy, but it's necessary. At Alibaba, resilience was what kept us going when there was no clear path forward. When things got tough, we leaned into the journey, and it made all the difference. Transformation requires you to embrace adversity, seeing it as part of the process rather than an obstacle. I learned that the greatest growth comes from facing the hardest moments head on. Every setback taught us something valuable, and every hardship made us tougher. This is why I see resilience as the fuel for transformation. Resilience is about embracing failure and learning from it. Success is never a straight line, it's filled with ups and downs. I always tell people to see failure as a learning experience, not a stopping point. It's through these experiences that you develop the strength to reach your goals. So nurture your resilience. Each challenge is preparing you for the next step in your journey. With resilience as your foundation, nothing can break your spirit, and every setback becomes a stepping stone toward transformation. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools we have. In the fast pace of life, it's easy to focus only on what's missing, but gratitude shifts your focus to what you have. This mindset makes you stronger and more resilient. When you appreciate even the smallest victories, challenges feel less daunting. Gratitude has been my anchor through tough times, reminding me to focus on the positive, even when things seemed impossible. In my journey, I found that gratitude is essential for resilience. Every time I faced a setback, I took a moment to be thankful for the journey itself, for the lessons and the growth it brought. Gratitude gives you a fresh perspective, helping you see obstacles not as burdens, but as part of the adventure. This mindset shift makes it easier to stay motivated, even when the road gets tough. When we appreciate what we have, we feel less pressured by what we lack. This helps you keep a balanced mindset, making it easier to tackle challenges. Gratitude reminds you that every difficulty is temporary and that each day brings new opportunities. In challenging times, gratitude is what kept me grounded, reminding me of why I started in the first place. Practicing gratitude also makes you more adaptable. It gives you a positive outlook that makes it easier to navigate change and embrace new opportunities. When you approach life with a grateful heart, you find strength in the small things, keeping you resilient through every challenge. So make gratitude a daily practice. Acknowledge the progress you've made, appreciate the journey, and let gratitude fuel your resilience. This simple shift in perspective can change everything. Life is full of unexpected twists, and flexibility is what keeps you moving forward. You can have the best plan, but things will rarely go exactly as you imagine. At Alibaba, we face so many unexpected changes, market shifts, new competition, technological advancements. We learned that adapting quickly was just as important as planning well. Flexibility allowed us to adjust and keep moving forward. Being flexible means embracing change rather than resisting it. When obstacles come up, flexibility helps you see new solutions instead of getting stuck. This mindset helped us innovate and stay resilient through challenges. Instead of fearing change, we saw it as an opportunity to grow, often leading to unexpected breakthroughs. Flexibility is about keeping your vision clear but being open to adjusting your path. The goal doesn't change, but the route might. Many people get frustrated when things don't go as planned, but learning to adapt keeps you in control. Flexibility is not about giving up on your dreams. It's about finding new ways to achieve them. In business and in life, flexibility is a skill that keeps you resilient. Challenges are part of every journey, and the ability to pivot keeps you moving forward. This adaptability is a strength that grows over time, allowing you to face each new challenge with confidence. Remember, flexibility is key to success. Embrace change, stay focused on your vision, and be open to the unexpected. This adaptability is what will carry you forward in the face of uncertainty. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that growth never stops. When I first started Alibaba, I wasn't just building a business, I was building myself. I was learning every single day, not only from my successes, but also from my failures. This growth mindset, the belief that there is always more to learn, has been essential to my journey. No matter what level you reach, there is always room for improvement, new skills to learn, and new perspectives to gain. A growth mindset turns every challenge into an opportunity. Instead of fearing setbacks, I embraced them as learning experiences. Even when things went wrong, I asked myself, what can I learn from this? Every obstacle is a chance to adapt and grow, and this mindset kept me pushing forward. It's not about being perfect, it's about becoming better than you were yesterday. This mindset also fuels innovation. If you believe there is always more to learn, you'll constantly seek ways to improve. At Alibaba, we thrived on this principle. We encouraged each other to ask questions, to explore new ideas, and to never settle. It kept our company dynamic and open to change. This approach is why I believe Alibaba could grow to such heights, our commitment to constant learning. Having a growth mindset makes you resilient. When you're focused on learning, setbacks don't feel permanent. They become part of the journey, just another step toward improvement. This perspective helped me stay optimistic even in the toughest times, knowing that each challenge was helping me build a stronger foundation for the future. So embrace this mindset. See every moment as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become better. With a commitment to growth, you'll be prepared for anything, and each experience will add to your strength and wisdom. Reflection is a powerful tool for growth. Over the years, I found that taking time to document my journey and reflect on what I've learned made a huge difference. Writing down your thoughts, your successes, and even your failures helps you understand how far you've come. In my early days, I kept a journal, not just of what went well, but of the mistakes too. This habit allowed me to look back, see my progress, and learn from every experience. Documenting your journey gives you perspective. When you're in the middle of challenges, it's easy to feel like you're not moving forward, but when you look back at your journey, you realize how much you've grown. Reflecting on each step reminds you of your strengths and of the challenges you've already overcome. It builds confidence and helps you see the bigger picture. Writing things down also solidifies your learning. Every time I noted a lesson or insight, It became part of my approach going forward. Documenting our failures at Alibaba was just as important as celebrating our successes. Each mistake taught us something we needed to know, and writing it down helped us apply those lessons in the future. Reflection also provides clarity for the path ahead. When you know where you've been, you have a better sense of where you're going. It's a reminder of what works and what doesn't, guiding your next steps. As you reflect, you see patterns in your actions, and this awareness is invaluable for making informed decisions. Take time to document your journey. Even small notes or reflections will give you insights you wouldn't otherwise notice. Each reflection is a chance to learn and grow, making you more prepared for the challenges and opportunities ahead. Who you surround yourself with has a huge impact on who you become. Throughout my journey, I made it a point to surround myself with people who shared my vision and supported my growth. In the early days, I worked with people who believed in Alibaba's mission just as strongly as I did. They weren't the most skilled or experienced, but they were dedicated, and that made all the difference. The people around you influence your motivation and your perspective. Surround yourself with those who lift you up, who believe in your potential, and who challenge you to improve. If you're surrounded by people who doubt you or bring negative energy, it becomes much harder to stay focused on your goals. I always tell people to build a network that inspires and energizes them. At Alibaba, I encouraged a culture of positivity and encouragement. We celebrated each other's successes and supported each other through challenges. This environment helped us thrive and push beyond our limits. The right influences make you stronger and more resilient, giving you the courage to take on challenges that might otherwise feel impossible. Choosing your influences wisely also means learning from those who have walked a similar path. I sought mentors who could provide insights and guidance, and I learned from their experiences. The wisdom of others can save you from making costly mistakes and help you grow faster. Look for people who have a positive impact on your life and who align with your vision. Be mindful of the people you let into your circle. Surround yourself with those who uplift and motivate you, who share your values and encourage your growth. The right people will support you through every challenge and celebrate your every success. Every success, no matter how small, is a step toward your bigger vision. Many people overlook the small wins because they're focused only on the end goal. But in my experience, these small victories are the true building blocks of success. At Alibaba, we celebrated every little achievement, whether it was landing a new client, launching a small feature, or just making it through a tough week. These moments kept us motivated and reminded us that we were moving in the right direction. Small wins give you the energy to keep going. Success isn't about waiting for a big breakthrough. It's about accumulating small steps every day. When you celebrate each small win, you build confidence and momentum. It's easy to get discouraged when the goal feels far away, but these little victories remind you that progress is happening, even if it's slow. Recognizing small wins also teaches you to value the journey, not just the destination. In the early days, Alibaba wasn't a global success. We were a small company with big dreams, and every bit of progress was celebrated. These moments became the foundation of our success, giving us the courage to keep pushing forward. It's these small steps that build resilience and bring you closer to your goals. Each win, no matter how minor, is proof that your hard work is paying off. By appreciating these moments, you create a positive mindset that strengthens your motivation. Small wins are like fuel for your journey, giving you the power to tackle the next challenge. Without them, the journey can feel too long, but with them, you're constantly reminded that you're getting closer. So value every small success. Let each one remind you of the progress you're making and celebrate them as the milestones they are. When you honor these small victories, you're building a foundation that will carry you all the way to your ultimate vision.
When Jack Ma, the visionary founder of Alibaba, speaks about transformation, he doesn't just share a roadmap to success. He shares the resilience, persistence, and wisdom that come from years of overcoming obstacles. Jack Ma's journey from humble beginnings to creating one of the world's largest e-commerce companies is a testament to the power of determination and self-belief. Through his life story and the principles he upholds, Jack Ma has inspired millions to embrace their own paths of growth and self-improvement, showing that no dream is too big when coupled with the right mindset. At the core of Jack Ma's philosophy is a deep commitment to self-awareness and the courage to confront change. He believes that transformation begins with a willingness to look inward and recognize the areas where we need to grow. For him, acknowledging this need for change is not a weakness, it's the foundation of every personal and professional breakthrough. Jack Ma encourages us all to ask the critical question, who do I want to become? This honest reflection can set the stage for incredible progress and guide every step we take toward our goals. Jack Ma also emphasizes the importance of a growth mindset, a belief that we are capable of continual learning and improvement. Whether you're just starting your career or you're at the peak of it, he reminds us that there is always room for development. Early in his journey, Jack Ma faced repeated failures and rejections, even struggling to land a job after graduation. Instead of letting these setbacks define him, he used them as fuel to pursue his larger vision, proving that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Another key lesson from Jack Ma is the value of realistic goal setting. He stresses that while it's essential to dream big, success is achieved one small step at a time. When he launched Alibaba, he didn't aim to build a global empire overnight. Instead, he focused on achievable goals, understanding that each small win would build momentum. For anyone feeling overwhelmed by their ambitions, Jack Ma's advice is clear. Break your vision into manageable parts, celebrate each milestone, and let these victories inspire you to keep moving forward. Self-discipline is at the heart of Jack Ma's success principles. He reminds us that dreams mean little without the dedication to turn them into reality. Every day we have the chance to make choices that align with our goals. Jack Ma's journey with Alibaba wasn't always smooth, but his relentless focus and discipline allowed him to stay committed through every challenge. For those striving for success, he encourages developing routines and habits that bring you closer to your objectives, day by day. Jack Ma also believes that resilience is the fuel that keeps us moving forward, even in the face of setbacks. His life is a lesson in persistence, showing that failure is simply a stepping stone on the road to success. Through every rejection and obstacle, Jack Ma learned to rise again, building the resilience that would carry him through Alibaba's toughest times. He reminds us that each challenge, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity to strengthen our resolve and deepen our understanding of ourselves. Celebrating small wins is another principle that Jack Ma holds dear. He believes that success is not a single destination but a journey filled with many milestones. Jack Ma encouraged his team at Alibaba to celebrate every little victory, from acquiring a new client to launching a feature. By recognizing these small wins, we remind ourselves that we are progressing and that each step forward is worth acknowledging. This approach fosters a positive mindset, keeping us motivated and engaged along the way. A crucial aspect of Jack Ma's philosophy is choosing the right influences. He knows that the people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our journey. At Alibaba, he built a team that shared his vision and values, creating an environment where each person felt empowered and inspired. For anyone on the path of growth, Jack Ma's advice is to seek out mentors, colleagues, and friends who uplift, challenge, and believe in you, because these connections can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. Flexibility and gratitude are also essential elements in Jack Ma's success. In a world that's constantly changing, he stresses the need to adapt and remain open to new possibilities. Flexibility allows us to adjust our approach and find creative solutions to problems. Alongside this, Jack Ma values gratitude as a practice that brings perspective, helping us appreciate the journey and maintain a positive outlook, even in difficult times. Together, flexibility and gratitude create a mindset that's both resilient and adaptable, essential traits for anyone aiming to achieve their full potential. Jack Ma's story is proof that transformation is possible for anyone willing to put in the work. His lessons aren't just for aspiring entrepreneurs, they're for anyone looking to make meaningful changes in their lives. By following Jack Ma's advice, embracing change, nurturing self-discipline, celebrating progress, and building resilience, you can take your own journey to new heights. So, as you listen to Jack Ma's wisdom, remember, every small action, every commitment to growth, brings you one step closer to the life you envision. The journey may be long, but with a clear vision and the courage to persevere, success is within reach. Now that you've heard these powerful lessons, think about how you can start applying them to your life. Are you ready to embrace change, set realistic goals, or build resilience in the face of setbacks? Each of these insights isn't just a theory, it's a roadmap you can use to transform your own journey. What spoke to you most? Was it the emphasis on self-discipline, or perhaps the power of self-awareness? Take a moment to reflect, and if there's a lesson that resonates, commit to acting on it today. Remember, every small step counts toward your growth. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which part inspired you most. And whenever you need a boost, come back to this video to refuel your motivation. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next video titled, Improve Yourself 1% Every Day, Unlock Massive Growth. Jack Ma's Best Strategies, where we'll dive even deeper into the strategies that drive success.